This rectangle represents the mind. This represents the past, the present, and the future. This is the soul or the being, and this represents the body and the heart center. And this is the supreme soul or the universe. The heart knows the truth. There are three types of truth. One is the being, second is the feeling, and third is the flowing. The flowing means the energies which flow from the universe or the supreme towards us. So we can connect to our being only when our mind is silent or meditative and we become present and peaceful, free of thinking. So in that moment we connect to our being, and that is our fundamental truth, the being. The second truth is the real truth. Now real truth, it means what we choose to give attention to, that we will feel. It is connected with the feeling body. So if we connect to be silent, feel the love, feel the joy, then we create a good feeling or the feeling of peace, love and joy. But if we give attention to the thoughts in the past mind, if there are thoughts of fear, doubt, worry, anger, anything of the past, stress, so as per that, we create the realities or the feelings or the emotions. And the negative samskaras creates the negative suppressed emotions. So the real truth is connected with the awakening of the feeling body. It is connected with the feeling of aliveness, the feeling of love, unconditional love, joy, etc. And it all depends on where we are. So the more we are in the present, the more we have an expanded awareness. And our heart center is open to receive all the unconditional love from the universe. Because our heart is a container and it is open to receiving the energies freely, easily and joyously from the universe. Joyously meaning the essence of the energy is Satchit Anand, and Anand means joy. And when we have no mind, we are in the present, then all the energies flow freely without any blocks and easily, not with difficulties or hardships. So, as I said, the fundamental truth is the being, the real truth is the feeling body, and the third truth is the ultimate truth. That depends upon a healed mind or a healed past, and we come into the feeling body, we feel the sensitivity, the warmth, we are aware is very much of the feeling body, and we are able to discern between right, wrong, the wisdom, and we are connected to the intuition or the inner guide or the inner voice. And we also get connected to the creativity. So from that space of freedom, of no mind, we receive all the creative ideas or insights. So when we receive these energies, the essence of it is Satchit Anand, the joy, and that joy is the ultimate truth. So when we feel and experience that joy, we become fully functional and we become fulfilled. To understand some concepts, I request you all to please go to my YouTube channel and see all the videos for greater clarity. Now, to come into the truth, one has to come to know how to get anchored in the mindful zone. So, when we are in the present, we come into the mindful zone and we have a receptive heart which circulates the new and fresh energies each moment. Now, I will talk about the Advaita. Now, Advaita meaning the non-dual zone. Advaita, the non-dual. And Dvaita meaning the dual. Dual means dual is of the mind. And dual also means it's of the thoughts. So, we have many thoughts or we are separated by thoughts. And in the non-dual, it is not connected with the thinking body. In Dvaita, it is connected by thinking body. Non-dual, it is connected by the no thinking zone. Only the feeling zone. So, in the non-dual, there is no cause and effect because there are no thoughts. So, when we are in the present, this is a very sacred space and it is connected to our feeling body, not the thinking mind. There are no thoughts in this zone. And from the present, we connect to our soul or the supreme soul. From mind, we cannot connect to our soul because mind is thinking and soul is feeling. So from mind, we cannot connect to supreme soul also, and not nor can we connect to the soul. So in the present, we are connected to the no cause and effect zone. And it's a very subtle feeling body, and there is a unity of the soul, the heart center, and the supreme soul. So, soul means in the mindful zone. Heart center is of the body, and supreme soul is of the universe. Now, when we are in the dual mind, the thoughts, they stand for the cause. Cause meaning the thoughts, and every cause will have an effect. So, every cause has an effect, and every thought is also an action because thought is a mental action. So mental action, and it leads to verbal action, the words, and the deeds are the physical actions. So the thoughts are the cause, or we can also call it the seed, because when we keep giving attention to it, it grows and gets conditioned and it creates a seed which will ultimately create a fruit. But this happens in the Dvaita, only in the mind. In the Advaita or the non-dual zone, there is no cause and no effect. So in the spiritual realm, we are all connected to all living beings. So in the spiritual realm of the spirit of or the soul, we all are connected and we feel the feeling of oneness and brotherhood. Now in Advaita, in the spirit, we have three zones. One is the unstruck zone, one is the unstruck zone, second is the unhurt zone, And the third is the unbeaten zone. Now, in the Advaita, there is nothing to strike. To strike, we need more than one thing. In Dvaita, we have thoughts. So two thoughts can strike. They can come into conflict, they can come into agreement, whatever. But in the unstruck zone, there is nothing to strike because there are no thoughts. So it is a very open space, a free space because of no mind, and there is no noise or sound to create any disagreement or conflict. So because there is nothing to create a block, here we cannot create any disease or disorder. So it is called the unstruck zone. In the unhurt zone, what happens? In the Dvaita, there are thoughts. And if there are negative thoughts, we create suppressed emotions in the heart, the feeling body. And here, if we have negative thoughts, then we create a hurt or wounding or pain. But in the soul, we are connected to that freedom zone, and where we cannot feel any hurt or pain. Now, in the unhurt zone, meaning in the heart, there is no hurt feeling and no pain or no wounding, because in the spirit, there is only unconditional love. And only when we choose to think or overthink or do actions causing hurt, our feeling body gets affected and it constricts our awareness. Now, unbeaten zone. It means that the mind is pure and clean and mindful. Mindful meaning it's full of peace, love, and joy. So, in the present, this space is free of thinking, as I said, no cause and effect, and the heart is fully open to the feeling body, and it is able to receive the energies which flow freely, easily, and joyously from the Supreme. So, in this non-dual world, in this non-dual state, there are no shadows because there is no thought. In the present, there is no thought. So there cannot be any shadows, there will not be any barriers, no stoppage, nothing to block and stop. So it won't create any resistance, nor will be there any limitations. It's a limitless zone, nor will there be any boundaries. It is boundless, boundless energies. And from that space, we can only respond with love or care. But in the Dvaita and the dual mind, because there are too many thoughts, there will be shadows, there will be barriers, there will be stoppage, there will be resistance, limitations, boundaries. And when that negative information, the thoughts, they grow, they become and run on autopilot. And it creates a reaction. So the more we are in the dual mind, there will be chaos and confusion because of the excess thinking or overthinking, and from that space we become disconnected to our soul. From the past mind we become disconnected to our soul. So we will have a barrier to receiving good in the body or our being, because all good is flowing over here from our soul into the present, into our being, into our body. But when our attention is over here in the dual mind or the causal mind, or we call it the Dvaita, then that creates a disconnection or resistance to receiving good in our body. So now the unstruck zone means we are in that peace zone where there are no conflicts, no thoughts. The unhurt zone meaning we are connected to the spirit where there is constant unwavering love. There is a constant unwavering love. In the Dvaita, because of thoughts, it will be wavering. And our thoughts are conditional. But in the Advaita, there is a constant, unwavering, and unconditional love of the divine. Because there are no thoughts. Where there are no thoughts, it is always unconditional. It is very pure. And unbeaten meaning it is the joy within us. The essence of the energy is Satchit Anand, and the joy, it means there is constant joy. And this joy is unbeaten. Unbeaten in the sense, the essence of the energy is constantly flowing. And it can't be improved upon because each one has that joy. And it is unique to each one of us. Some may feel the joy through a dance, or some may feel the joy through a song, or some may feel the joy by simply being, or some may feel a joy by playing with children, cooking a good meal, etc. So the joy is the steady glow of the divine. And it is constant. It is not wavering like the dual mind. So in this dual mind, what is happening? Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are angry, sometimes we are peaceful, sometimes we are cheerful. It is constantly wavering because there are thoughts in the dual mind. And thoughts are constantly moving and changing. And in the unbeaten zone, there is a constant feeling of gratitude in our heart and it doesn't change. And if we are performing, no one can perform better because we all are unique. We all are in the winning zone. And we will reach or attain our excellence or perfection in this zone. So each one has their own purpose and each one has the unique thing to do which gives them meaning in their life. So we are able to attain great performances and we become fully functional. So this zone, the unbeaten zone, it is very much of the divine. It is unfailing. It is connected to the promised land because the divine has promised us the joy. He has told us, don't be perfect, you just be present. And slowly you will improve and get better each day and you will attain that perfection. So we will be able to attain the great performances or become fully functional when we are connected to that promised land. So promised land means like every morning the sun is rising without fail. Or I will say that in fact in the non-dual the sun is always shining. But because we are human and we come with a dual mind, the sun is rising daily without fail. Our hearts beat without fail. Our foods digest every single day. Every single day we get a good night's sleep. Unless we have done something wrong. Wrong means any wrong action. It could be a wrong thought, a wrong word, or a wrong deed. That when we do it consistently, wrong actions, it will lead to bad habits, addictions, obsessive compulsive disorders, immoral or illegal behaviors, etc. In the divine world, everything is promised and happening well. We need to know the divine is constantly loving us. He cares for us, he nurtures us, nourishes us, he keeps us safe, he guides us, he shows us the way, he provides for us, he forgives us, he protects us, heals us, and he can make the impossible possible. And if something is not healing in us, it means we have gone away from the divine and we have gone into the dual mind with not only thinking but overthinking or holding on to some negative samskaras, where we don't trust in the divine or we don't have faith in the divine, or we feel unsafe, insecure, fearful, etc. The divine has given us a free will to choose every moment where our attention should be, whether it should be in the present, in the truth, or we are away from the truth or the present. We could be in the mind, in the past or the future, imagining, or in the memories of the past, or some negative memories. We are holding on to it, grudges, resentment, unforgiveness. Now, we cannot connect, as I mentioned earlier, we cannot connect from the mind to the soul. Because in mind there are thoughts, and thoughts have create emotions. But when we are present, we can connect to the feeling body and we can remember the soul by becoming silent, by silencing the mind, by becoming still, by becoming meditative, present, and whatever we are doing, any activity or task, by being totally engaged, immersed, and engrossed in that activity, then our mind becomes silent and we connect to the soul. So, from negative mindset or the past negative mindset, the emotions, the suppressed emotions in the heart, they block our ability to connect to the soul. Now, as I mentioned, in the Dvaita, there is a hurt zone. It means we are having, we are away from our feeling body. Feeling body means feeling the fullness of the unconditional love within us. So, because of too many thoughts in the mind, the Dvaita, so there will be a void. And a void means where there is too much thinking and our attention is on thinking, not in the present. And that creates an empty feeling in our heart. We feel a void and we feel something is empty, which we try to fill it with different objects or different people, or we do so many activities to fill that void. And when these actions are repeated, practiced again and again, it leads to habits, addictions, and auto-driven mechanism and behaviors. Now, because of the overpowering thoughts in the dual mind or the past, it will create an imbalance in our heart center, the EQ. There will be an imbalance because of the suppressed emotions, because of the negative mindset or the samskaras in the mind. It will create an instability. Because in presence, we are firmly rooted in the truth or the goodness. And here what happens? We are shaky, we are weak, and we are unstable because our minds are moving constantly. Sometimes we are happy, sad, it's wavering. So that instability of our EQ it will create a hurt or a pain or a void or a wounding. So what happens? The suppression of the emotions that blocks the energy flow from the Supreme into our body. So it chains our emotional body, feeling body. So that suppression, it blocks the energy flow from the Supreme into our body. So now there will be scarcity of energy or lack of energy. Now when there is scarcity of energy, it will create more pain in your body or less of joy, because the essence of that energy, Satchit Anand, we are unable to receive it in our body. So we should try to guard our heart center, and we need to understand and empathize with others who react with hurt or behave in that way. We need to empathize and understand them. And we also need to understand and empathize with our own issues and problems in our life and accept ourselves, self-care, self-compassion, forgiveness, etc. Now, the emotional quality, that is the EQ, is very much related to the quality of our life experiences in the outer world. So EQ is equal to quality of life experiences. So it depends what we have paid attention and chosen. That we will earn and that we will become. So it depends what we have earned. If we have given too much thoughts, too much attention to thoughts, actions, so that cause will grow into conditions. And that cause will become a seed which will yield the similar fruit or harvest. So if we are in the Advaita, then peace, love and joy will reflect in our life. It will reflect in the good health, the happy life, the good relationships, good friendships, work, job, career, finances. It will reflect in the happiness, the prosperity and abundance in our life. But if our EQ, the heart center, if it is unstable, if we are having more of hurt, insecurity, pain, wounding, it is going to have an effect or effect on the quality of our life and all aspects of our life. So each one will have to take care of our EQ health. The world will heal and be a better place if each one of us takes care of our mindset, our EQ, by accepting things as they are. If we accept, we automatically come in the present and the feeling body, and we drop the overthinking. So by coming into acceptance, by surrendering, not thinking, just surrendering to the divine, humbling ourselves, living a simple life, understanding, forgiving, so that the heart center is pure and open to receiving all the graceful energies from the benevolent Supreme, so that we become fulfilled and prosperous. But because we are humans and we have a dual mind, so we need to strive to go towards the non-dual. Initially, it will be a little difficult, but slowly, when we work on ourselves, we do the prayers, we do the meditation, we become mindful. So then slowly, and we do our workouts, we work on ourselves, we we silence our mind and just keep doing our work. Whatever we need to do the work, we keep on doing it silently. So that will keep us engaged and meditative. And we will go towards the non-dual or the Advaita, the freedom zone. Now, no matter how many resources we may have intelligence, we may have family support, wealth, we may have talents, creativity, etc. But we have seen that when the wave of anger comes, when the emotion of anger comes, it is so overwhelming that one goes out of control and one becomes helpless and is unable to stop the anger. It comes as an auto driven force or mechanism. It becomes reactive. One may get enraged. They may disrespect someone. They may become offensive due to impatience. They may hurt someone. They may abuse, or they may even hit someone due to the pent up frustrations within oneself. So, if we are able to deal and handle this by being present, we can heal the mind, all the pain or deficiencies within which weaken us. So, most people get carried away by that anger emotion, and they continue to blame, find fault, point fingers, you did it to me, and they keep complaining. Later, they may feel guilt or they may regret also, but that is again a negative emotion. So, and they continue to do it again and again, dwelling on the past thinking mind. Now, if we continue to think and be in the past mind, we will continue to suppress the emotions in the heart center. We create the negative emotions and we suppress it. And it will create a big balloon like energy which will block the free flow of energies from the universe or the supreme. And this will cause a scarcity of energy in the body, which will create problems, disease, etc. And this will affect all aspects of a person's life: the home, the health, the family, the friends, the relationships, the social behavior, the career, work, job, wealth, finances, etc. So one has to be very careful. One needs to heal the mind, the negative samskaras in the mindset, so that one becomes present, mindful, we connect to our intuition and choose life and every action from that space.